All right, Carolina Prepsters, here we are at the Spring Football Tour, continuing 2025. Cabarrus County again, Mount Pleasant High School coach Daniel Crosby. Coach, you've had a good run here at Mount. You've really been putting down the roots, building a good program. Y'all had a good showing last year, and I know you guys are poised for another breakout year this year.
Oh, yes, sir. Mount Pleasant's a tremendous place. We got community support, admin support, got great teachers in the building, great kids, got a great coaching staff. So everything we need here at Mount Pleasant has been fabulous for my first 3 years, and you just continue to build on our success and keep building a strong program.
You mentioned the community aspect, Coach. This is, even though it's Cabarrus County School, it's kind of unlike some of the other schools you go visit from time to time. There really is a community feel. Maybe it's because of the name and representing the community, the town of Mount Pleasant, or whatever. But there just seems to be something just a little bit different with the fans and the locals that really support this team.
Yes, sir. Without a doubt, we have the best community support of anybody around in this immediate area, and I would put it up, rival it with anybody in the state. Going all the way back to 2010 when I was, kind of able to experience it. I did my student teaching here and then coaching here as the opponent over the years. I knew this is a place that I wanted to be, and every Friday night our home sides are packed. The fans show up, they get here early, they're loud. Our kids love it. It's what high school football is all about.
Sure, there's no question about that. And it's great that the community and the administration, just everybody involved embraces the teams. And we're not just talking about football, all the sports. And that's just really important. The state does give you the ability to do some spring practices here coming up. Tell me what your plans for that are, and like how you guys as a coaching staff will take advantage of them days with football players.
Yeah, that's huge. We've been doing skill development for the last several weeks, a couple of days a week. That's what's trying to get the guys in, teach them the fundamentals of our scheme, what we want them to do. And then here in these last couple of weeks or this week here, we're doing spring ball. We're able to put on helmet, shoulder pads, kind of make it more game-like where we can see where we're at fundamentally. Something we've talked about with our team. We were able to go 9-3 last year. Felt like we went as far as our fundamentals would let us go. Any given Friday night here at Mount Pleasant, we're not going to out-athlete anybody. So we have to be fundamentally sound, and that's what we preach here in the, especially in the spring and summer, is our fundamentals, make sure we're taking the correct steps, being where we need to be. That's a huge time for us right now, and our guys are really bought into that. We're having a great spring.
You've got a new realignment upon us. Went from the traditional 8 classes down to 4, or from 4 down up to 8, and you guys are in a league with some tough teams. And, I'm looking there at the schedule. You've got Forest Hills, you've got Monroe, Parkwood, Anson. That's not going to be too many gimmies on any given Friday night.
No, I think it's back to kind of the old Rocky River. I think a lot of the conferences across the state kind of, went back to what their roots, what they've always been. It's just you got some teams in different classifications. We were a second-round playoff team last year, and we talked about taking that next step, wanting to get in the third round, fourth round, regional championships, and eventually play for a state championship. And that's, you look at our schedule, that's Monroe, defending state champion, Forest Hills, fourth-round team last year. So that's, we look at it as a challenge, as an opportunity. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, you talk about some of those regional championship appearances and trying to get to that state championship level. Mount Pleasant's been in some of those in not so recent or not so distant past. I can think of several games with Shelby back in the days. In fact, I was here on campus for I think a 4th round or 3rd round game against Shelby, and it was a 7-0 ball game. And talk about a packed house. It was incredible that night. But there's a lot of buzz surrounding this year's team. I know you guys have a great crop of some young kids, but also a lot of veteran guys coming back as well. Tell me about some of the guys that should be making noise for you.
Yeah, kind of looking back, I think we graduated 23 seniors. And a lot of those guys were role players. 2 or 3 really good offensive linemen that we're going to have to replace. But if you look at our offensive production, stats-wise, we have pretty much everybody back on offense. It starts with Ethan Dempsey. He's an all-state caliber kid, a couple Division I offers. We got Aiden Smith, wing back, 1,000-yard guy for us last year. He's back. Jacob Regal, our running back, was, I think, right at 1,700 yards last year. He's back. Our quarterback, Colin Black, does a great job leading our offense and distributing the ball. He's back. So offensively, we've got to place a few of those offensive linemen, but really excited about our young kids up front. We had a great season on JV last year, so all the guys we're looking to plug in are guys that have contributed to our program in one form or fashion. Defensively, a lot of those guys I mentioned will play in the defensive secondary, being a smaller program. Play guys both ways, and we got again a couple of JV guys coming up that we look really stand out in the defensive secondary for us.
Cool. Well, Coach, I appreciate you letting me stop by, talk some football with you today as you guys gear up for this 25 season, and wish you the best of luck, and we'll certainly try to check you out this year.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, everything you do with Carolina Preps, and kind of being back at it here. So it's always good for you to come by, and appreciate you come out to a game this fall.
Absolutely. Thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir. Go Tigers.